Alright, what is up guys? Welcome back. Thanks for clicking the video. Welcome back to my channel. You're watching WarGamingTV. My name is the Rage God and we are playing Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishment. This is going to be case number 4. Yeah, case number 4. And you saw the cinematics before, so you know the name of the case. So if you're new to my channel, please like and subscribe. Follow me on different social medias. Link in the description. Join my Discord server. It's growing, it's working. And what else? Check out my channel. And let's just jump into the game. Okay. I don't know why he keeps shit. Okay, and you're gonna hear some
on the table, Holmes. You should take a look.
You're gonna hear the beep voice because I have a power cut and my UPS UPS is on. Colossal scandal in high society. The well-known and remarkable archaeologist, pride of our nation, Sir Ronnie Bancliffe, has been found murdered. So this is from the previous case. You can read that. I have something stuck in my throat. I'm not gonna read.
The letter is on the table, Holmes. You should take a look.
What table, man?
My analysis table. It is useful for my work.
What table is this guy talking? This one?
The letter is on.
Okay, okay. 22 1B Baker Street, London. Sherlock Holmes. Wax seal. Coat of
The
arms.
Brackenstall family coat of arms.
Okay.
A
Some royal
wax
family.
seal with the monogram EB.
Some royal family affairs, I guess. Let's open it already.
A wax. I can tell from Lestrade's handwriting that he was in a hurry when he wrote this letter.
Wait, what? Abbey Grange, Marsham, Kent. Marsham, Kent, 3:30 AM. My dear Holmes, I should be very glad of your immediate assistance in what promises to be a most remarkable case. It is something quite in your line. Except for releasing the lady, I will see that everything is kept exactly as I found it, but I beg you not to lose an instant, as it is difficult to leave Sir Eustace there. Yours faithfully, Inspector Lestrade. What does that mean?
So, what is it, Holmes?
Promising, as always. It appears to be a case of murder.
So you believe that Sir Eustace is dead?
I should say so. Lestrade wouldn't have sent for me for less. His writing shows considerable agitation, and he is not an emotional man.
Oh.
These people belong to high society. The quality of the writing paper, the EB monogram, their coat of arms. The crime was committed before midnight.
Holmes, how can you possibly tell?
Well, it is all thanks to Lestrade. He wrote his letter at 3:30 in the morning. Imagine the chain of events before that. The local police had to be called in. Scotland Yard was notified. Lestrade himself had to make haste there, and finally compose the letter he sent to me. All of that makes for a fair night's work.
It makes sense. Lestrade also speaks of the woman he released.
That seems to indicate that she had been held somewhere during the crime. Much time has been wasted. Let us find a cab and go to Abbey Grange immediately.
If he says
I
3,
live in hope of an interesting morning.
I think the crime may have appeared even before midnight, like 11 o'clock, 11 PM, 11:30. I don't know. 10:30 PM, who knows? How are the police so fast? Like in 3.5 hours, they do all of that stuff. I don't know. Maybe he's right. 12 PM. Midnight would be very suitable. So yeah, there's that. Let's go. Abbey Grange. Abbey Grange, whatever. Open deductions. We don't really have any, do we? No. No, we don't. Hmm. So how are you guys doing lately? Wow.
Ah, Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson, here you are. I'm very glad that you have come, but perhaps I should not have troubled you after all.
And why is that?
Lady Brackenstall has come to her senses, and she has given so clear an account of the affair that there is not much left for us to do. You remember that Lewisham gang of burglars?
What, the three Randalls?
Exactly. The father and two sons. It's their work. They stole a silver service, which is of great value.
Sir Eustace Brackenstall is dead, then?
Yes. His head was knocked in with his own poker.
A
Damn.
violent act of aggression.
Yes, the poor lady. She has had a most dreadful experience. She was assaulted and tied to a chair. But I think that you would best see her and hear her account of the facts. She's in the morning room with her maid, Teresa Wright.
Where is the body of the deceased?
In the dining room. We haven't touched anything.
All right, I'm going to examine it.
Very good, Watson.
Hmm.
Lady Brackenstall awaits you in the morning room.
Where the hell is that? By the way, look at the paintings.
Baron Lyndon Brackenstall.
First thing I notice is the wallpaper, and the paintings are so
Lord
huge.
Ramsay Brackenstall.
Is anyone like related to this family who's watching this?
Sir Warthen Brackenstall.
Warthen,
Lord George Brackenstall.
Brackenstall.
Ladies, allow me to introduce myself.
Oh shit.
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting Inspector Lestrade in this investigation.
Mr. Holmes, I am the wife of Sir Eustace Brackenstall. We were married only a year ago.
I am sorry for your loss. Please accept my deepest condolences.
I suppose that it is no use my attempting to conceal that our marriage has not been a happy one. I fear that all would tell you that, even if I were to attempt to deny it.
She's a beautiful girl and badly bruised. Looks royal, very pale. That's this thing. Blue eyes. What else? Wood clothes. Fresh bruises. Anything. Hair maybe? What? Gold brooch, kangaroo and Australian origin. Oh. Ring, of course. Old bruises. Wow. So he used to torture her or something? Elegant dress. Of course, she's the royalty. Where is the remaining clue? This one. Makeup? What? I I just cannot find the remaining clues. I'm just Did you see that? That's how you find clues as Sherlock Holmes. Where the hell? How is pale cheek like a clue?
Can you describe to me the events of yesterday evening?
Is it really necessary? I have already told Inspector Lestrade all that happened.
Yes, madam, it is.
I will tell you then. Sir Eustace retired about 10:30. I sat in this room until after 11, absorbed in a book. Before I went upstairs, I entered the dining room to fetch a candle and... oh God.
Please, go on.
As I approached the French window, I found myself face to face with an elderly, broad-shouldered man who had just stepped into the room. Close behind the first man, I saw two others. One of them struck me a savage blow with his fist and felled me unconscious to the ground.
And then?
When I came to myself, I found that they had secured me tightly to a dining room chair. It was at that instant my unfortunate husband entered the room.
He fought with the intruders?
Yes, I think he had heard them, for he was holding his stick. But they were three, and he eventually succumbed. One of them, the elder one, struck him a terrible blow with the poker. I fainted once more. When I opened my eyes, they had withdrawn. Then my brave Teresa came to my assistance.
Did these three villains steal anything?
Yes, I found that they had taken the silver from the sideboard, but you can see for yourself in the dining room.
You mentioned that your marriage was not a happy one. Was there anything specific that was troubling you?
He was not a nice man when he was drunk, and he suffered from dark moods, but nothing else.
The bruises on your hands are at least 1 week old. Your husband caused those bruises?
Oh, do you? Yes, he did. He was very angry at the time. Out of control. Again. Sir Eustace was a drunkard. To be tied to such a man for life is worse than death.
That is so sad.
Your ladyship?
Ladyship. Oh. Doggy beak. Look at that beautiful dog.
Teresa,
Certainly.
Wrinkles. See, I'm thinking like Holmes. Bad nose. I think Holmes would definitely see the bad nose. Ah, lots of wrinkles. Ew. Coffee stain. Working hands, really? The graphics are so bad that I cannot. Caring.
As I sat by my bedroom window, I saw 3 men in the moonlight down by the lodge gate. But I thought nothing of it at the time. Oh, if I'd known.
and then?
I went to bed, and it was more than an hour after that I heard my mistress scream. And down I ran, to find her tied to the chair and him on the floor with his head smashed. That's all I know.
That was a misfortunate incidents. What am I? Picture.
These scratches are most definitely made by the picture frame. This is Sir Eustace's safe. There may be... This photograph of Lady Brackenstall and her maid Teresa was taken at a port, but which one?
Why does it matter? Which one you say?
This photograph. So the lady and her maid came from Australia a year and a half ago on this ship.
So Holmes was right. As always. Boring. Elder Jack Randall is a man in his 40s and already grey-haired, well of average height and build. Being the mastermind behind the burglaries, he retains control over his sons, both of whom are very close in age but very different in appearance. William Randall is tall and broad-shouldered with small, disproportionate head. So I guess this guy hit her. Melvin Randall is somewhat weaker constitution, is as skinny as rake. This gang is wanted not only for the frequent thefts and break-ins but for the exceptionally brutal pirate career they joined before returning To England, be alert and may your valuables stay safe. Lady Brackenstall, not quite 25, is from a wealthy Australian family. She has been married for a little more than a year. She is in all probability suffered physical violence over the course of the last fortnight. The lady lives a solitary life, seldom venturing outside. Investigate murder of Abbey Grange. Inspect the room where lady.
The description of the Randall gang provided by Lady Brackenstall is identical to the one in the...
Who knows? Maybe she is imagining. Maybe they
Lady
might look
Brackenstall,
different.
Could you open...
No, it is my husband's safe.
We have...
Why do we have to
Your
open?
ladyship. Lord Brigham Brackenstall. The Brackenstall...
The body is still in the dining room where the murder...
You should examine the body of Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
So, Watson, what have you learned from examining Sir Eustace's body?
Well, I can confirm that the death was instant. Sir Eustace was facing his attacker when he received the blow to his head. There are no other apparent injuries.
Like a doctor.
The hunting scene.
Now I'm gonna examine everything besides the body.
Antique hunting weapons.
So this guy had hunting oh, that's where the robbery.
The hunting scene. This candlestick is valuable. It is interesting that it was not also stolen. These wine bottles are expensive. An empty silverware box.
So they might be here to steal something very specific, like some kind of diamond or I don't know, jewel. Is there something else left to?
These wine. This door leads to the upstairs bedrooms, apparently. Sailor's knots. That's interesting. This rope was handled by the murderers. We need... I will take it with me.
Yes, we are going to use the
This
dog.
is the chair that Lady Bracken... A deer hunt. A fur trader's cabin. This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing. There is beeswing at the bottom, as if the wine had not been decanted before being poured. This glass has some wine. It is rather strange that only one of these glasses has dregs of beeswing inside it, while the other two are clear.
So
A
someone
decanter
was
standing next to the open bottle, an inseparable.
Someone was drinking alone.
Chateau Calon-Ségur, French. A fur trader's cabin. A fur trader's cabin. A hunter scene.
All right. Let's see the body now.
That must be the murder weapon. That must... Quite a large stick. It is covered in blood. Sir Eustace might have struck his head upon it while falling from the blow. That is
One possible examination.
barefoot. He had therefore been in bed and did not. The head was cracked with the fall.
Mantelpiece.
It appears that the bell rope was cut by someone taller than me.
So that went there. Okay. So someone tall, the broad-shouldered guy, I guess.
The death was instant.
This door leads to the upstairs. A trapper's hut. A trapper's hut.
This is so full of trapper's hut and all these pictures. Beautifully stayed though. This is going to be a big one. I'm gonna have to collect more evidence. Constant power cuts over here at my house for no reason. Just observing the property, that's all. That's what Sherlock would do. Very appropriate music for this.
There are 3 glasses on the dining room table. I was wondering if...
Oh, I forgot. When I came to myself the first time, each of them had a glass in his hand. They might have been a father and his 2 sons. They talked together in whispers, and then they left.
Your ladyship?
Your ladyship.
Please leave my Mary alone. She suffered so much, she deserves some rest.
Of course.
I've searched outside for footprints without any luck.
Let's do our deductions. We don't know about that. There's that. Well, shit, my UPS is about to die. Alright. I am back. I don't know where I left this. Had some power cut and stuff. Abbey Grange affair. Okay. So we did the what do we say? Not test. Observation of the body in the room. Also we talked with the wife of that guy. Rich guy.
Oh, what a horrible thing.
Oh, shut up.
I've searched outside for footprints.
Can we already go to some... He has already searched outside for footprints. What are we supposed to do now?
This house feels rather sinister. I can't say that I like it here.
Stupid Watson. How can a house be sinister? 3 people drinking wine out of 3 glasses. Only one of these people prefer wines with these. This is kind of hard to predict. Randall gang. Testimonial evidence matching point to the Randall gang. In order to blame Sir Eustace's death on Randall's. I don't know why that would happen. Death of Sir Eustace could have been due to his accidental striking his head on a fireplace. This is kind of strange, because now Holmes is trying to like blame the wife for his murder somehow. I feel like he fell on that fence. 3 people, 2 people. This is hard to tell. Let's look at the dialogues. Perform analysis. How do you? Yes, did he was angry at the time. Blah blah blah. There are 3 classes on the diagram. I was wondering if... Oh, I forgot. When I came to myself the first time, each of them had a glass in his hand. They might have been a father. They talked together in whispers and they left. Let's go back. I'm gonna have to do some examination, because the clues are not matching each other. But if the person fell on that grill thing and died, that blood would not be spilled on it
Let
the
us
way
see
it
how
was.
the rope was cut.
It would not be spilled on the grill the way it was spilled. I guess he was hit in the head that spilled some blood over it, and maybe the head also then hit the grill near the fireplace, then he died.
The fibers at the end of the rope are smoothly cut. Let us try to find out what... The fibers from this cut appear...
I am thinking
The fibers from this cut...
the knife.
If I cut the rope with a knife...
Yeah. So that gives us one more clue. Sailor's background. I don't know, man. So since the knife was used to cut this thing, maybe, and the sailor's not, that means that what does that mean? We don't know whether the Randall gang one was a sailor. Maybe the strong son was a sailor, is a sailor, has a sailor's experience. Why is the body still there?
Oh, what a horrible...
Oh shit.
Please leave my Mary alone.
I've searched outside for footprints without any luck.
So what do we do now? Collect Toby, damn it. We have to go back. Sorry guys, I didn't read the tasks. Toby, good
Come
dog.
on, Toby. We need the best nose in the British Empire on this case. I agree with you, Toby, that Watson's shoe is preferable to Mrs. Hudson's cold cuts.
Someone should take Toby for a walk.
A map of London.
I wish you would like just pet him.
Search, Toby.
Oh, so now we control the dog. Awesome. This is so awesome. It is going inside this, I knew it.
The intruder intruders entered the shed for some reason when they were making off with the silverware.
Can we like switch characters? Run, Toby, run! Oh man, I already knew this.
The scent leads to the well. I should check it.
Where else now? Woof woof.
The intruder's trail is lost behind this wall. The criminals left the house through the French window. They walked to the shed, then across to the well, before fleeing by climbing over the wall. I wonder why they chose such a winding route.
That is true. That's so true.
Brave Toby, the best nose in the British Empire. This hook might be useful. Bags of seed. Some empty bags were... Small gardening tools. This old suitcase sounds hot. There's something glittering at the bottom there.
Oh, nice.
Silverware. This is hardly a coincidence.
Oh, now I'm starting to doubt the wife.
The Brackenstall coat of arms. It...
Strange. Maybe, I don't know. How? This is strange. Maybe she imitated the robbery. Or maybe that would have happened. This does not satisfy me.
Inspector.
You are a wizard, Mr.
In the garden.
Excuse me? Rather absurd. What is the point of stealing?
Perhaps it was used as a temporary hiding place, or simply the thieves wanted to get...
I'm scratching my head now.
We found your silverware.
Is that true? I am very thankful to you, Mr. Holmes.
Your ladyship.
That's it, you're thankful?
We found...
Oh, that's good news. You really are.
Indeed.
What's gonna happen? if I tell him this?
Let us try to open this safe. This safe can be cracked. I only have to pay attention. The dial will vibrate when it is set to the correct number. Let us try. This safe can be cracked. I only have to pay attention. The
Honestly, thank you.
It is common practice to keep one's valuables in a safe behind a painting. It should not really. Antique coins, possibly of value.
Sir Eustace, your current physical and mental state is of great concern. There are several signs of hepatic decompensation. The last time we met, your eyes were bloodshot and skin was tinged with yellow. There is a particular odor from your breath that is common in those suffering from liver damage. Then there are lung abscesses that we have discussed. The leg cramps you have described to me are caused by an alteration to the nervous system, which in turn is caused by an excess of alcohol. That includes the tremors. Your liver seemed excessively hard at the time of your examination, which is a sign of evolving cirrhosis. There is also a sign of ascites, fluid in the peritoneal cavity, which are evident with your swollen stomach. The pain beneath your left rib indicates pancreatic malady, which may lead to fatal and fulminant pancreatitis. Your condition may pose a risk to others. Your excessive alcohol consumption lowers your self-control, heightens your aggression. I am available to help you with the problem. There is a number of treatments available. Okay. Is there something still to be found in the dining room? I'll do the what do we say? I'll do the dialogue with them, but
This can.
something is there in front of my eyes, which we are.
These wine bottles.
Come on now. Something from the sideboard which I am not able to see.
This door leads to the upstairs. A bottle of
Oh
wine
my
is missing
god.
here. The criminals did not thoroughly ransack the house. They only took a little silverware.
Oh, okay. So this thing doesn't seem like an actual robbery. That's what this is all about, I guess.
What do you know about Sir Eustace, Inspector?
A charming man when sober, but an absolute demon when he was drunk. In such moments he was apparently capable of anything. Why, once he splashed fuel on Lady Brackenstall's dog and set it alight. Another day he threw a decanter of wine at Miss Wright's head.
Damn.
The alcohol seemed to madden him.
To the point that we were forced to intervene several times to avoid a scandal.
Who would this person be? Very strange.
Oh, what a horrible...
Sir Eustace's doctor speaks of his violent behavior.
Yes, Sir Eustace was an extremely violent man. A detestable human being, to be more precise. It is true that he once threw a decanter at me, and all because I dared to stand up to him in defence of my mistress. Sly devil. God forgive me that I should speak of him so now that he's dead, but a devil he was, if ever one walked the earth. We met him only 18 months ago. She'd only just arrived in London. Yes, it was her first voyage. She'd never been from home before. Wonder with his title and his money and his false London ways. If she made a mistake, she has paid for it, if ever a woman did. She doesn't have any friends here, so it was especially hard for her.
That is so sad.
Oh, what a horrible thing to have happened.
Maybe? Look for a sailor. Where do we go now?
Oh, what a horrible thing.
Have we found anything that describes Rock of Gibraltar? Look at this doggy. Oh, awesome. Woof woof. Doggy goals.
My search must be focused upon the ship's name and year of voyage.
Oh, 1983. Sorry, 1893. Arrival of the Rock of Gibraltar, a ship returned. The Rock of Gibraltar, a bulk carrier from Southampton London line, whatever the name, has returned from 6-month voyage through India, New Zealand and Australia. The ship brought to England Miss Mary Fraser, the heiress of the Fraser family, owning land and tin mines in Australia. This reportedly beautiful young lady is present engaged to Sir Eustace Beckensus, one of the wealthiest gentlemen in Kent.
Here it is.
Mr. Wiggins, where are
The
you?
shipping company, the Adelaide Southampton London line, and its address. Interesting. It must be the place where they keep the records, including the one for the crew of the Rock of Gibraltar.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard, they'll give it to you without any problems.
But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist.
Mr.
Brave
Bobo.
Toby, the best nose in the British Empire. Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
I need a register, my young friend. If you could borrow it, there will be half a guinea for every one of you. I need the crew list of the Rock of Gibraltar in 1893 and their current employment.
I'm straight on it, Mr. Holmes.
Do you really think they'll find it, Holmes?
My secret police is better than the Yard in many ways.
3 hours later they got it in 3
Here it is,
hours,
Mr.
man.
Holmes. But we can't take it back. It's too risky.
Put it on the table. I'll take care of it. Good work, young Wiggins.
Wiggins, you are awesome.
I left it right on the table for you, sir.
This list shows the senior officers of the Rock of Gibraltar, on which Lady Brackenstall and her maid made their voyage. Lady Brackenstall does not know anyone in England. This must mean that someone on this list is our mysterious visitor. And these are the lists of the senior officers of the Adelaide Southampton London Line ships. Let us find out who was in London upon November the 7th.
How do we do that? Okay, there's the right, there are the dates. 17th, November 10th. Wait a second. October 17th to January 28th, 1894. October, November. So these ones were not there, not Saint Thomas, because it left on October 23rd, October, November, right? So not these. May, June, July, August, September, October. Arrival on 12th November 1894. This happened on 7th, so not these, not Gaia. Rock of Gibraltar. Departure from London, October 17th. Not these. November 10th. So maybe these ones. Bass Rock. Okay. Not this. Not this. Not this. Bass Rock. Okay. Now let's see. Mr. Jack Crocker. Jack Crocker is there. Duncan Chalmers. No Duncan Chalmers. Peter Davidson Senior. No one like that. Neil Harris Jr. Nope. George Stewart. Nope. Frank Willick. No. So only Jack Crocker.
This list shows the senior officers of the Rock of Gibraltar, on which Lady Brackenstall and her maid made their voyage. Lady Brackenstall does not know anyone in England. This must mean that someone on this list, Mr. Jack Crocker, was in London upon the date of the crime, and he is due to depart in 2 days.
Only one guy. Okay, so these are the departures. Arrival in London 1894, November 12th.
This list. This officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime. This officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime.
We have to also cut off the people who weren't there, who are not the suspects. Southward.
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved. This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved. This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved. This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved. Captain Jack Crocker is our mysterious visitor. He was the only one around at the time of the murder.
Awesome.
This Crocker, do you think...
It would be interesting to meet him. Our young friend should be able to find him. Brave Toby, the best nose in the British Empire.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Wiggins, could you find a way to bring this...
Here? Holmes, that...
No problem, Mr. Holmes.
She brought him here. That is crazy.
Mr. Holmes, I was informed that you were looking for me, and I'd like to know why.
Yes, it is important that we talk. You will soon understand why.
Let me analyze him first. This guy looks tough as hell. Clear look and honest. Since when did clear look was C knife? Wow. Where the hell does he? Oh, there. Newspaper ink.
You are acquainted with Lady Ma—
Yes, I think I do remember her. From when I was first officer, but I still don't see...
It seems your relationship went beyond that.
How dare you?
Indeed, how reckless a feeling is love, particularly if one is prepared to commit a murder.
Explain yourself this instant.
You are aware that the murder made the headlines of the morning press. You read the newspaper report, but to your dismay, found it much fabricated. Once you learned that I wanted to see you, you came straight away. You needed to know what I had found.
You? And what do you know?
That evening, you were with Lady Brackenstall, despite the danger.
I'm not afraid, Mr. Holmes. Besides, all of this is just guesswork.
You would be right if there was no evidence.
What then?
Lady Brackenstall was tied to it, and it was you.
You call that evidence?
Yes, as she was tied with a sailor's knot. Your handiwork.
So, it's a sailor who's done it. That proves nothing, Mr. Holmes. I'm not the only sailor in London right now. Your theory is flawed anyway. On the night of the murder, I was aboard the Sharp. I was supervising the repair of a porthole.
At night.
It was an emergency. There was a leak. You can ask the ship's...
I'm sure.
Perfect. In that case, we have nothing more to talk about. Good evening, gentlemen.
Holmes, what should we do now? Would you like to check?
No, there is no doubt that these men will testify in his favor. So, we must work with what we have.
Now I understand why you dissected the bell rope.
Fine, one of the sea aged in his 40s, is capable of honest man. Well educated despite not being very wealthy. He was in haste and still he read the morning newspaper, clean his boots before heading out. What does cleaning your boots mean, really? This proves nothing. Guesswork.
Holmes, don't look at me like that. I don't know what to think about.
Oh, what a horrible...
Please leave my Mary alone. She suffered so much, she deserves some rest.
Man, that is it. Let us try to think from both ways. Where does the domestic violence go? There's no this thing of sailor and domestic violence. There may be two people. Just one thing changes everything. When did she mention she was acquainted with a sailor? How is that possible? Quite strange. So he's not denying that he didn't tie her up. This is strange. It's a very strange case.
Holmes, don't look at me like that. I don't know what to think about all this.
I want to see where all the evidence are pointing. Should we do this?
Wiggins, could you ask Mr. Crocker to come here again, please?
Right away.
Barely an hour has passed.
Why did you make me come here again, Mr. Holmes?
It is over. I know that it was you who killed Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
What?
I know, because of the height at which the rope was cut. The knife used was a sea knife. The knots were sailor's knots, and not least the sheer force that was put behind the killing blow. And because you are the only one who knows Lady Mary Brackenstall in London. And because you love her.
It's true.
It is time for you to tell us the whole truth.
I admit that I loved Mary madly from the first day that I met her. But I never did come to visit her, for I believed that she was in a happy household. When I talked to her maid, who told me everything, I was insane with rage. I was due to set sail for 6 months away. I wanted only to see her again. But it turned into a damnable nightmare when he barged in. He dared raise his hand to her. He was not even worthy of licking her boots. Oh, I regret nothing. I admit I killed the monster out of love for her. She will forgive me if she is able.
Lady Brackenstall already forgave you. She said nothing.
Mary.
But that makes her an accomplice as well as her maid. It places her in danger yet again.
Mr. Holmes.
You would not have managed to protect her.
Till I die, do you hear me? Here is a letter that sets everything clear. And it is the one that should be disclosed to the police. I am the only culprit. Mary had nothing to do with it. Now it is time to end this.
What the hell? Whoa, 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 whoa. Wow. I was not ready for
Forgive me,
this.
Captain Crocker. I wished only to test your sincerity, and your words and deeds have far exceeded my expectations. See here, Captain Crocker, we'll do this in due form of law. You are the prisoner. Watson, you are a British jury. Captain Crocker, the evidence shows that you acted without premeditation and used reasonable force to protect an innocent victim from her husband's brutality. Your devotion pushed you to attempt to kill yourself in order to protect the one you love. Now, what say you, gentlemen of the jury?
Not guilty, my lord.
Vox populi, vox dei. You are acquitted, Captain Crocker. So long as the law does not find some other victim, you are safe from me.
Mr. Holmes.
It is a great responsibility that I take upon myself, but I will give Lestrade an excellent lead, and if he can't avail himself of it, I can do no more. Come back to your lady in a year, and may her future and yours justify us in the judgment which we have pronounced this night.
Beautiful. Way more beautiful than the police justice.
Inspector, I'm afraid that the murderers have escaped us.
What? Do you mean to tell me that you failed? Never thought I'd live to see the day.
I mentioned the murderers, not the case. It is obvious that the crime was committed by 3 criminals who cannot be the Randalls.
You really think so?
You only need to find a gang of 3 thugs wandering around. I can trust you to do that.
If they exist, I'll catch them.
You'll find someone, I have no doubt of it. Goodbye, Inspector.
Oh, he was it. Awesome, I loved this ending. So what do you think about this? Law is there to protect people, and many times people are not smart enough to defend themselves, so sometimes bad things happen, but that does not make someone a bad person. That's my reasoning. And this was it, guys. Thank you for watching. Like if you like this, comment down below what you think about my judgment and this video, and what would you have done if you were solving this case instead of Sherlock Holmes. Comment down below your answers, and I'll see you in the next case. Until then, bye bye.